The world of fashion is designed for change. With each season, there are new fits, colors, looks, a new hot, and a new not. But for young designer Michelle Hanabusa, her fashion has an extra layer.
I've never been good with words, and so I think fashion in a way has been a vehicle for me to express my emotions and thoughts. I just told myself that if I was going to do something on my own, it was going to have purpose.
Like her latest creation, just a simple date, 1924. But before we dive into that, let me show you Michelle's previous creations, like American Made.
American Made started because I wanted to celebrate how diverse the US is made of. It was very grassroots at that time. We ended up photographing 500 folks just organically all throughout the United States. We just wanted to tell how diverse and interesting our community stories were.
Diversity is America's superpower. People with DNA from all over the world, but together are American Made.
A wave of surge in hate crimes against Asian Americans.
Her next brainstorm came as a rash of hate crimes toward Asian Americans swept the country.
We're afraid and we're tired.
Michelle had to do something.
One of my team members at that time, she says, the way you're kind of describing it feels like hate is a virus. And I paused at that moment and I was like, Carrie, there's something here. So our team designed one t-shirt, passed it to a bunch of our friends, and within a matter of a couple of weeks, we went viral and we hit over like 3 million organic impressions.
It's a virus. Hate is a virus. Hate is a virus.
Hate is a virus, a viral sensation. And that brings us to 1924. It's Michelle's intriguing way of bringing attention to the Immigration Act of 1924, signed by President Calvin Coolidge. It was the idea of Michelle's mentor, Mike Modase. He's not only the founder of UCLA's Asian American Studies program, but also a longtime civil rights activist.
The Immigration Act of 1924 was really an exclusion act to keep the balance of ethnicities and countries of origin the way it was in 1890, which was predominantly Western European and Northern European.
A white Congress blatantly trying to keep America white. It put severe restrictions on immigrants of color. It was especially hard on Japanese. In fact, newspapers called it a Japanese ban. But it went much further than that, restricting almost all Asians and Africans, while people from countries that were largely Caucasian were still welcome. America had changed.
Prior to that, it was the Statue of Liberty, the huddled masses yearning to breathe free. Everybody come on board.
Lady Liberty's worldwide welcome was over. In fact, the headline of the New York Times said, "America of the melting pot comes to an end."
It really got me to think about how my family's immigration story could potentially have been affected if they didn't immigrate before that date of 1924. My great-grandfather came to the US in the early 1900s. And so they were already here in Los Angeles, creating a life for themselves.
A powerful point. What would America be if this bigoted law was always in place? More importantly, what if similar laws are in our future?
I can use fashion as a vehicle to get people to pay attention, maybe be inspired to take their own action, right, in their own creative way.
That's why she calls her brand Uprisers. This designer with purpose is arming young people with knowledge, challenging them to make a difference. 1924. Thanks to Michelle Hanabusa. Now you know.